Readers. Welcome back to Reading Realm. I have been gone for a long time, but I'm finally going to try and start posting again regularly. My goal for now, at least, is once a week on Fridays. But today I am back with another review. A lot of stuff has changed since my last review. I have started university, so hopefully I can keep this schedule. Maybe around finals it might be a little bit more complicated, but that is the goal. My dog. I do have a dog now. He wasn't even born the last time I posted, but he's walking around if you hear that in the background. But today I'm gonna do a review. It's October, which means it's like Halloween month. So perfect time for thriller murder mystery book. Today I'm reviewing The Island. And so this is The Island by Natasha Preston. I have some notes I made. Cosmos is running around in the background. But initially I thought that it had a really interesting premise. It's about 6 influencers who are invited to this exclusive island amusement park called Jagged Island. The park is kind of designed to be kind of dark. Like, it's not like Disneyland where it's all like happy rainbows, sunshine. It's more of like an ominous, like haunted mansion, kind of like remote island kind of setup, which initially I was interested in for that reason. Cosmos, the dog, is jumping all over in the background. So the characters, there's Paisley, who is an influencer who does stuff about actual serial killers, murder mysteries, and just kind of like crime stories. And then there's Harper, who is a bookworm influencer. Ava is a beauty blogger, and so is Will. Um, James makes content about movies, and then Liam is a gamer. There's also the creator slash owner of Jagged Island, Malcolm, and then his assistant Camila, and then the staff that's currently on the island is Reeve, Gibson, and Kenna. There aren't many people because, like I mentioned, they're kind of still getting ready to open the park, so they invited the influencers to do promotion, basically. So it starts off with Paisley, who is the protagonist, and she's getting ready to go to Jagged Island. It's supposed to be a fun weekend, helping promote the park before it opens to the public, or at least the public that can afford it, because it is kind of an exclusive, wealthy island. So the 6 guests arrive, and they have a great time exploring the park. Initially, they're enjoying the attractions and posting about it, spreading the word. But then people start going missing and turning up dead. So that kind of darkens the mood a bit. But it can't be Malcolm because all of these influencers have posted that he invited them. So it wouldn't make sense for it to be him, right? Like, that's what you'd think. So then, who is it? Because there aren't a ton of people here. So they're stranded on the island with no way to contact the outside world. And so it's a fight for survival and a race to uncover the truth. Personally, I felt that the story had good pacing. And I liked the plot twists. I thought they were good. The writing did a very good job of creating the sense of like eerie isolation, of really feeling cut off from the world outside, and so it set the mood well. It does feel like a locked room mystery because since they're on an island, there's only so many people it could be, and they haven't seen any evidence of anyone arriving to the island that they don't know was there already. So it makes it hard because they don't know who to trust, and so there's a lot of suspicion going around among all the characters. Um, I kind of had some suspicion on various characters right up until the end reveal, and without spoiling anything, part of it I had kind of suspected going into the end right before the reveal. I had this feeling before, but then I was like, no, actually, I don't think so. But then shortly before it was actually revealed, I was like, okay, but maybe, I think it might be. Um, but another aspect of the truth that is revealed was a total blindside to me. I had not even considered that. So that was kind of fun to not expect it at all. Um, Overall, I enjoyed the book. I had several characters that I really liked and I was really invested in, and some of them I was really hoping. I'm like, I don't want it to be you. I don't think you're evil. I don't want you to be. But yeah, this was an absolute page turner for me. With that said, I am giving this book only 7 out of 10 because of the ending. According to what I've seen, I looked up some other people's reviews. I'm not the only person who felt like this, but a bunch of people, myself included, had somewhat of an issue with the ending because it was very, very abrupt. The ending felt unresolved and kind of unfinished. It felt like there should be more to it. There should be a sequel, or if not a whole sequel, then like an afterword, because it's like, wait, hang on. That can't be the end of this. Like, what happens next? According to my research, because I actually had to go look up if there was more, there's not. So I did feel like that was a little bit unsatisfying to me. I did really like the book. I enjoyed the book enough up to that point that despite the unresolved ending, I still had a lot of fun reading it. And so I know there are people who, when they're reading, they need a resolved ending. They need it to feel finished. They need it to feel complete, or else it's just really frustrating and unsatisfying. And I totally get that. I have definitely had some books that I've read that's like that. And for me, this one was a little bit like that as well. Initially, I was definitely like, oh, wait, no. That's not how, that can't be how it ends. And I was kind of outraged. I was actually reading it when I was on a camping trip with my mom. I finished it. We were reading together, just hanging out around camp, and I finished it, and I was just like, no, how dare this be the end? That can't. And my mom hadn't read the book, but I handed it across to her, and I'm just like, just read the last page, and you'll see why I'm upset. And she did, and she was like, oh, yeah, like, that seems kind of unresolved. But if you do like thrillers and you don't think that that would be too much of a deterrent to you, I do think it was really good. I enjoyed reading it. I feel like some of the reviews I saw said it was like really shallow and predictable and like not very well written. I personally didn't see that. It might be because I'm not as familiar with thriller. I've read some, but it's definitely not like my first go-to genre. I prefer fantasy and sci-fi more than like realistic thriller. This author I do actually really like. I have a few more of her books that I'm going to be reviewing in the next couple weeks, actually, as like October, kind of more spooky-ish books. So it might just be because I'm not super familiar with reading thriller that I didn't get the same sense of like, oh yeah, this is obvious. But I did feel like, for me at least, I was kind of led through the different, like, oh, I think it might be this person. Wait, no, I don't think it could be. I think it's this person. Oh, wait, but maybe it is actually that first person, you know? And so I thought it was fun. Um, like I said, I did actually have one of my suspicions turn out to be right that I got a stronger feeling about towards the end. And I was like, yeah, I think so. I think this person um, is suspicious. There's something they did that it doesn't seem right, and I was correct about that person. But I definitely do think that if you're into this genre, I recommend it. I do. I think the ending was a little bit disappointing. Um, and not even disappointing, but just I wanted more than there was. I wanted more of a resolution. I wanted more of a like concrete answer, and it ends very open ended. So it is an ending where if you want to have that kind of fulfillment, you'll kind of have to imagine the rest of it for yourself, which I was able to do, and I kind of made myself feel a little bit better by like deciding that I knew what happened next, even though there's no evidence that that's actually what happens. But yeah, it's definitely a fun a fun book. I I do warn against starting it when you have something to do or have to go to bed, because for me at least, once I started reading it, it was very hard to put it down and get things done that I needed to do. Um, so it is definitely one of those books where if you get dragged into books and can't leave them, it's a bit dangerous. But that is my review of The Island by Natasha Preston. Um, the cover is also really cool. I do enjoy the cover. Um, like I said, I have a couple of her books, and all of the covers are really interesting to me. Um, I know you're not supposed to judge books by the cover, but if you look at actual statistics, as a published author, I know on average you have 10 seconds to make an impression with a book cover. And so, definitely cover and story, both very interesting. So, I'm going to end this review, but hopefully you'll stick around and see more. I have more of her books coming up, as well as some other ones. I am doing more of the like thriller mystery during October, but I'm planning to do a couple of my favorite childhood Halloween books as well, close to Halloween, as kind of a Halloween special. So stay tuned for that, and let me know what you're reading. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if there's any books you want me to read, and I'll see you next time. Bye!